You're probably overpaying for your vacation by thousands of dollars. These 5 countries give you a better experience for just 50 bucks a day. And number 3 is one most tourists completely overlook. I'm going to break down the exact math, country by country, so you know where every dollar goes. And I'll warn you about the hidden costs the travel blogs conveniently leave out. Country number 1, Vietnam. And honestly, $50 a day here isn't a budget, it's overkill. Here's the breakdown. A clean private room in Hanoi or Da Nang, $8 to $12 a night. A bowl of pho from a street stall, $1. A full banh mi lunch, 70 cents. Grab a local bus across town for 30 cents or rent a motorbike for $6 to $7 a day. That leaves you $25 for activities. A Ha Long Bay day cruise, around 20 bucks. Entry to the Imperial City in Hue, less than $4. Now, here's what the blogs don't tell you. Tourist pricing is real. If a vendor quotes you $5 for something a local pays $1 for, walk away. Download the Grab app before you land. It's basically Uber, and it stops taxi drivers from taking the scenic route with your wallet. Daily total, $30 to $40 if you're smart. Vietnam isn't cheap, it's absurdly cheap. Country 2, Cambodia. Vietnam's neighbor and somehow even cheaper in some areas. Siem Reap, home of Angkor Wat, is your base. A guest house with AC and Wi-Fi, $6 to $10. A massive plate of amak curry, $2. A tuk-tuk for the whole day, $12 to $15 negotiated. That Angkor Wat Temple Pass, $37 for one day. And yes, that's the biggest single expense you'll hit. Here's the warning. That Temple Pass means your day 1 in Siem Reap blows past $50. The move? Buy the 3-day pass for $62 and spread it out. Your daily average drops back under $50, and you actually get to see the temples without rushing through like it's a speed run. Outside of Angkor, Battambang and Kampot are where the real backpacker value is. We're talking $25 to $30 days, all in. Now, we're about to get to country number 3, the one most tourists completely overlook. But first, if you're finding this useful, hit subscribe. I break down real travel costs every week. No sponsored resort fluff. All right, let's get into it. Country 3, and this is the one I mentioned, Morocco. Most people hear Africa and think expensive safaris. Morocco is the complete opposite, and almost nobody in the budget travel space is talking about it. A riad in Marrakesh, that's a traditional guest house with a courtyard, $10 to $15 a night. Tagine with bread for lunch, $2 to $3. A fresh squeezed orange juice in the Jama El Fna Square, 50 cents. Local buses between cities run $5 to $10 for multi-hour rides. Activities? Walking the Medina is free, and it's an experience in itself. A guided Sahara day trip from Marrakesh, around $25 to $30. The hidden cost here is tipping culture and haggling. Everything in the souks has a tourist price and a real price. If you don't haggle, you're paying 3 to 5 times what you should. Rule of thumb, start at 1/3 of whatever they quote you, and meet in the middle. And every guide, every doorman, every person who shows you the way expects a tip. Budget an extra $3 to $5 a day for tips alone, or you'll be caught off guard. This is the country where $50 feels like $100. That's why most tourists overlook it. They just don't know. Country 4, Guatemala, Central America's most underrated budget destination. While everyone fights over hostels in Mexico, Guatemala is sitting there with better prices and fewer crowds. Antigua, the old colonial capital, is your launch pad. A private room, $8 to $12. A huge plate of pepian, the national stew, from a commodore, $2. A chicken bus? Yes, that's what they're actually called, costs about $1 to get between towns. Here's where it gets ridiculous. A guided volcano hike on Pacaya? $10 to $15. Lake Atitlan, which National Geographic once called the most beautiful lake in the world, shuttle there costs about $6 from Antigua. The warning on Guatemala: safety. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Certain areas of Guatemala City are high risk. Stick to Antigua, Lake Atitlan, and Flores near Tikal. Use registered shuttles, not random vans, and don't flash expensive gear. Common sense goes further than any travel insurance here. Daily total, $30 to $45 with activities included. Potentially the best bang for your buck in the Western Hemisphere right now. Last country, and this one is for the travelers who want something most people will never experience. Country 5, Nepal, home of Everest. But you don't need Everest money to be here. In Kathmandu and Pokhara, a guest house runs $5 to $10. Dal bhat, the national dish, rice and lentils with sides, $1 to $2, and most places offer free refills. Local buses are practically free, 50 cents to $1 for hour-long rides. And the big one, trekking. The Annapurna Trek permit costs about $30 total. Tea house lodging along the trek, $3 to $5 a night, with meals available for $2 to $4 each. You're literally hiking through the Himalayas for under $50 a day. The hidden costs are altitude sickness medication and travel insurance that actually covers trekking above 4,000 meters. Most standard policies don't. Budget an extra $15 to $20 for Diamox before you go, and double-check your insurance policy, or you could be looking at a $10,000 helicopter evacuation bill. Not an exaggeration. So, 5 countries, $50 a day, 0 excuses. Vietnam and Cambodia for Southeast Asia, Morocco, the one everyone's sleeping on, Guatemala if you want value without a 14-hour flight, and Nepal if you want to hike through mountains most people only see in documentaries. You are literally overpaying for worse experiences. Stop doing that. If you're actually going to book one of these trips, use the Expedia link in the description below. Doesn't cost you a single extra cent, but it helps keep this channel running so I can keep breaking down the real costs travel influencers won't tell you about. I'll also drop links to Booking.com, Hostel World, and Skyscanner down there. Compare prices and find what works for your budget. I'm Flyhaven. Don't book anything until you've done the math.